This is a wordless book called Tuesday. It's one of my co-teacher's favorite books. Uh, and when we go over this in the room, we talk about, well, what are these? Some of them we would talk about the difference between toads and frogs. And we talk about, have we ever seen a toad or frog levitating on a lily pad, floating? Yes. Most of the kids would say no. I mean, I haven't seen one in real life, and I highly doubt you have. And there's a lot of times in this book. The only words are time. That just goes. So we have a swamp, a marsh, and there is a turtle. And what is the turtle looking at? And we talk about, is a turtle afraid? Would you be afraid? And then we talk about, well, what is happening in this one? Well, what does it seem like the birds think of this? Are the birds surprised? Are they frightened? Do the birds think this is normal? Have the birds seen this before? And then we would talk about, well, where does this take place? A lot of the kids will say a house. We would introduce the vocabulary of neighborhood. And for reasons I don't quite know, we usually focus on this page a lot. With the man and the sandwich and him looking out the window inside of his eye at all the frogs on lily pads. And we talk about what he thinks. We talk about sometimes what he's eating. Oh, and there's a time there. And we talk, on this page a lot of times we talk about, well, what is this? Because laundry is not usually outside anymore. A lot of our kids' parents use dryers, so they sometimes need to be introduced to the concept of hanging your clothes out to dry. In which we talk about, we talk about, we think this is funny, the frog with a cape. And this page is hilarious to most of my classes. The frogs watching TV and the old woman sleeping. And then we talk about, the dog's chasing the frog. And now the frog's chasing the dog. I really like these books because it's a lot of discussion in them. Obviously, we're going through this book quite quickly right now, but this in the classroom typically takes 15 minutes, 20 minutes, sometimes longer. If the kids are really into it, and when we go through each page, we talk about what's on the page, what's happening on the page, what do they think it is, what do they think the story is, where do these frogs come from, where are these frogs going, why is this happening? We'd also talk a lot about this page because there seemed to be only one man who saw anything that was happening when all of it came through the neighborhood, and it's that man right there, the man we talked about earlier, who was up eating a sandwich. And next Tuesday. Thank you for watching this. I hope this helps in your classroom.